Good morning, everyone. Episode 250. Can't believe we made it this far. Morning, Mr. Ed Durbin, Mr. TC Blades, Mr. John Tagomori. I always say, I want to add an A in there. Tagomori, sorry. Mr. Laid Off Pete. Hope you fine gentlemen are doing great this morning. Mr. Lou, good morning. I saw you pop on the Discord. I had a pretty uneventful first night back to work. I did work on rounding out the fixed blade a little more, and I will talk about that momentarily. Morning, Nick. So last night in my front pocket, I had my 8015 Tonto version. And it is a awesome knife. I love these 8015s. They have perfect action. Push the button, it drops. Give it a little bit of a shake, closes. Perfect reverse flick. Perfect regular flick. They're just all around great knives. And with these original goat scales, they're even better. Super comfy. So I had that in the front pocket. And then in my back pocket, I had my Two-Face. I did work on the action on this one a little bit last night. I took some pressure out of the lock bar and it closes way better now. The D10 is a little bit light on it, so I think I might have to add just a little pressure back. But it's just super easy to open now and close. So I had that in the back pocket. Morning, Christopher. Morning, William. Hope you gentlemen are doing great this morning. And then, so I did work on this last night and got the handles really nice and rounded out. And I got this front area, the taper really nice. Finger choil is nice. I still have to work on getting the steel and the scales even a little bit, not much. It's pretty smooth across everywhere, but there's a couple of places where I've taken the scales down too far and I need to remove a little metal, like right here on the back, and vice versa. But man, does this thing feel good in the hand. It is so smooth now. Very nice and rounded out. I do like how I've got them kind of tapered down to the blade now. So I look forward to getting the blade grind done this week. That'll be sweet. And I'm going to do the weight reduction sometime probably before the video on Thursday, before we do the blade grind. I'm going to drill some holes in here to take out some weight. But man, it feels so good. And I've pretty much done it all by hand, except for the part we did on video. Last night I finally figured out to use this thing and to clamp it in here like so. So I did that, and then I just took sandpaper and I did the old round out technique. And this removed a ton of material because I could press really hard. And it only hits, it doesn't, when you bow it up like that, it doesn't hit the middle, it only hits those edges. So that's how I got it super rounded. And I actually kept going until I had it rounded off in the middle. All it was even everywhere. Of course, I had the blade out of it when I was doing this. But yeah, that technique worked marvelously. And then I took it and I turned it like this and did the same thing. So I didn't have the blade in it, so it was just the scales. So I did like this and then hit it this way to round this off. And like I said, when you hold it like that, you can see that it doesn't hit the middle. It just hits the edges. And so that worked great. And I was able to pretty much do this for about an hour last night. And like I said, it's very therapeutic once you get working on one of these. It gets to be where your mind goes blank. And it's really cool, actually. It's a good time to get away from everything when you're doing something like that. But anyway, it's getting very comfortable now. The balance is good. I'm hoping the metal we remove from the blade will equal what I removed from the handle. And I think I might even want to wait till after we do the grind to see how many holes to put in here to even out the weight. But anyway, it's a great size knife. It's doing well. There's it next to an 80-15. I mean, an 80-10. I don't know why I said 15. Anyway, back to talking. Morning, Mr. Fendagog. And Mr. I don't know if I said good morning, Mr. John. Oh, I did, because I said your name wrong again. Agomori. So, yesterday, I finally got in a knife I've been wanting for about 4 months now. And that is this one. A little bit of a glare on the box there, but finally got in my Dylan Mallory Keros. I'm going to do an unboxing video later today, but right after the video. So I finally got this in. I'm happy with it. Great knife. It is a little thinner than I wish it was. It's not super thin, but Artisan seems to do that with some of their knives, make them pretty thin. I wish the space in the middle was the same, but the thickness of the outside scales were a little thicker. And my Asgard is out for delivery today, so we will be able to look at it tomorrow, which is super cool. One other thing so far that's wrong with this knife is the lock bar pressure is a little much. It makes it where the blade, I mean, it's probably pretty good for most people, but you have to shake it pretty good to get it to close. Yeah, this one does feel super thin feeling, Nick. I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like they've started to skimp on the amount of titanium they put in the sides. Like, I just don't think it's enough metal. You can see here between it and the Remet, the Remet is quite a bit thicker titanium. But the overall width I like of this one, and let me give you a comparison here. So the two face, just at an average place on the handle, is 0.5548, And the Keras at just a random place is 0.418. So that's quite a bit of difference. 0.418 to 0.58. That's a lot of difference between those two. And I hate that they did that. I mean, I like the knife. I love the looks of it. And it feels good in my hand, but I just feel like I need a little more girth. That's what she said. But yeah, the action on it's good. Detent's good. Front flipper's good. The looks are great. Love his designs. It's a good size as far as length goes. I can get 4 fingers on it about perfectly. That forward choil feels good when you choke up on it. So yeah, I'm going to try to remove a little pressure out of the lock bar, and you can see how far over it is and how quick. You can't tell how quick it gets over there, but it's got quite a bit of pressure. I think I can improve the action quite a bit by removing a little bit of that pressure. So anyway, that's my preliminary thoughts about that Artisan. Pete, it kind of reminds me of the yeah, I mean, I guess it's a little bit like Dixon looking, but it kind of reminds me more of like a combo between the Satyr and the one I just sent Sever. The weird bladed one, but I don't think it really looks like the Dixon. The blade does a little, but the handle, I don't know. It is what it is. I think that other one I bought, that Doc Schiffer Recon, looks a lot like the Dixon, especially after I get that flipper tab removed. I think it's going to look a lot like a Dixon. Good morning, Kelly. But I think this, let's see here. Yeah, it does have classic looks to it. Yeah, I think this bottom version, I need to put the bottom version right up next to the Dixon. But I think that one definitely looks more like the Dixon. I don't know when I'll be getting that one in, but I do get my, can't believe I get my Asgard in today. Pretty wild how quick that shipped. I did take a few more of my new knives with me to work to shoot some videos of, and that's the Nightshade, my Chad, my XLC, and my Eagle, and my new Strider. I did buy some new Strider bearings, and I got the stainless steel ones to start with because it had 2 different size ones. The ones that were in it are actually in this bag, and the weird part is there were different sizes that came with it. One of them was thinner in diameter and in thickness, so I put 2 equal ones down and sanded them down, and it kind of improved the action. I've got some copper ones coming in today that will go into Striders. But I bought some extra ones of those to have laying around. And then I thought today we would honor TwoSun a little bit by going over some of my TwoSuns and looking at maybe some of their newer ones. So let me make room here. As y'all know, I will need some room to show my TwoSuns. But we're also going to do a giveaway this episode. And I will go ahead and tell you now what you got to do to enter. So to enter today's 250th episode giveaway, it's really simple. All you have to do is comment on this video. And I do not mean comment during the live. I mean comment on the video. So, there might not be that many entries according to how many people want to actually comment on the video. Pete, I did not get one of those. I'm not sure why. I think it's because of the price. I did not get one. I do like it, but I don't think they need to jack it up $20 extra or $30 extra just because it's their first new model when it's definitely OEM'd by Kubi, and they could have had the price lower. So yeah. Some people posted them yesterday. Somebody got one in on Reddit and they posted it. See if we can find that really quick. So it looks like I know somebody posted one yesterday. There's a Sicare version 2. Let's see. There's a Mini Nova. I like that one too. Well, pretty sure somebody got one yesterday. Somebody got them a Hi-Fin XL. Just talking about those. What is Nyclad? I have not heard. Aha, there's a comical video on YouTube by LTK. Huh. I have not heard of that brand. But looks pretty beefy. Wonder if it's a top liner lock. See if we can tell here. What's up with the black gloves? What is the name of this? Nyclad. Sorry, I got sidetracked for a minute. Not seen them. There's that knife in question. Or the one in the video, at least. Wow. These prices are not right, of course. They're just placeholders. But here's the one they do have available, I guess. $199 VG10. Morning, mister. Yeah, that looks like an interesting knife. These prices are just placeholders for the moment. But let's see what their frame locks. So the only knife they have available right now is this button lock one, it looks like. This is the only one with a real price. They might have some more on like Amazon or something. Oh, they do have this liner lock available for 46 bucks. Wonder if this is the front flipper the guy said he had. No, doesn't look like it. Pretty cool with the fish clip and the fish bones. Y'all don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be awesome. Y'all been doing a great job recently. That's an interesting little knife. Of course, it's going to be 3.6 ounces, not bad for stainless steel. What was the size of it? Let's see. Hey Google, what's 14.5 centimeters in inches?
14.5 centimeters is equal to 5.709 inches.
Oh wow. It says on the thing here 6.7 inches overall length, but down here it says it's 14.5 centimeters, which is 5.7 inches. That's a pretty small knife then. I wonder it's light. Anyway, let's see. We go back. See what the guy says of the sail fin. Yeah, it's coming up. Should be really soon. Come on, where you at? That's another new Kubi, KB444. Not sure which model that is. Getting sidetracked again. Come on. Maybe it wasn't posted in Chinese knives. Guess it wasn't. Thought somebody. Oh. Maybe it was this post. That's the guy that made it, so that wasn't the post I was talking about. I guess it was in another subreddit. It definitely looks like an interesting knife. So yeah, look forward to eventually checking one out. I still got to get me a chevron. What was that site that had a bunch of chevron? Crane's Cutlery. I mean, that's a great price for that much milling and that beautiful of a knife. Magna cut steel. Can't beat that. Let's see. All right. TwoSun. So they've been dumping out their website. I mean, their YouTube does not have many for YouTube. Their eBay store does not have many for sale right now. And that's kind of alarming, meaning they're about to disappear again from eBay. They only have 3 knives listed at the moment. White Mountain Knives has a bunch of them listed. But I'm wondering what's going on with their eBay store again. That kind of sucks. The White Mountain Knives eBay store has quite a few on offer, as well as the regular store where you can get 10% off. And then the Six Leaf store has a few on offer, including that 559. But I'm really curious what's going on with their eBay store again. They've got the Six Leaf store has some new models that I haven't seen, including this 459 and this 589. I haven't seen some of these. It's got a lot of milling and holes and recurve and a huge finger choil at the front. But that one's pretty wild looking. But Six Leaf looks like they've got some of the newer models. Another big, huge recurve. That's actually like a, not even a recurve, it's a whole different blade shape. No, John, I never got a 559 bid. I didn't win. It ended up being more than if I would have got it on White Mountain Knives. That one's weird too with the 476. Some of these knives pretty funky, and they just crank out the knives, boy. I like this 455. Clean, simple lines, good finger choil, nice blade window, nice milling. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking one. And I like this one, of course, is an older model. This is the mortise and tenon version. I've got one of these actually. My sister showed me that. I think that's one of the first TwoSuns she showed me. I like this 550 a lot too. Yeah, mister, you should get over your fear of TwoSuns. I really like this one. That one's got, how long is that blade? Because it looks beefy. Yeah, 8.77 overall with a 3.6 inch blade. That is a big boy. I think I'm going to add the TS 550 to my want to buy list. Let's go to White Mountain Knives, see if they got one. They do not. Pretty sure it's a newer model. But I am going to add it to my alerts so at least I have a record of it. Let's see, add keyword TS 550. Add update. All right. Yeah, 8.7 inch knife. That's a big boy. Good morning, Mr. Ron. Morning, keep it scale, stupid. So once again, in order to enter the giveaway for today, all you have to do is comment on this video. And I don't mean comment during the live, I mean comment on the video. So you will have to go back after the video has ended and leave a comment. I'm going to take a little bit of work from you guys, but I don't think it's too much to ask for a free knife. And I think I might do a pick 3 people to win. I might just do 2, but if I don't do, definitely not just going to do 1. It's either going to be 2 or 3. But there might not be many people that do it, so you might have a good chance. There's the 484. That's a cool one too. That's one I bid on an auction, but I don't know why TwoSun has removed a lot of their auction stuff. I mean, they removed everything. They've only got 3 knives, like I said. These 3 right here. That's pretty sad. So anyway, yeah, if you can't find a TwoSun you like, mister, you just hate the brand. They've got pretty much any kind of style knife you could ever think of. All the way from something like this to anything in between. Seeing quite a few on this, scrolling out through here, that I've already got. Oh, that's a cool bolt action pin. The wide body. Got the wide body kit installed. A little Ninja Turtle knife. PS 194. I think I might have one of those. I still haven't found my 196. Which kind of makes me mad. It's brand new in the box somewhere. I think it's a 196. TC, does it matter what the item is you could win? Is that going to make a difference on whether you enter or not? I would just say if that matters, you probably... Yeah, I've not had any issue with their M390. I haven't heard anybody that has, really. Of course, I haven't put mine through lots of use. I have used some of them quite a bit. Let's get to looking at a few. I've got my whole case sitting right here beside me, and they're all which one do you got, Ed, that I want? Oh, the TS 196. So y'all are gonna have to forgive me on some of the numbers. TC, it won't be a knife that you already have, probably. This button's sticky. I wonder if that's because I hadn't used it in a while. Wow, that button is real sticky. The first one I pulled out, probably just because it's been sitting for a while. Oh, it's all good, TC. I don't remember what the number is on that one. And it didn't have it on it, so we couldn't look at it. But this is the TS269, one of my favorites. I figured out what you were talking about, Ed. I was slow for a minute. Yeah, I love this one though. This one has awesome milling. And TS269. Probably one of my favorites with the harpoon. It fits perfect. It's got that blade shape I like. That is the 269. This one, I don't know why it's sticky. It hasn't been. This is a big boy though, and I can't remember. That one's not hard to find though. That pattern. Yeah, that button needs some oil. 269. Let's see what we got next. They do a really good job of their lightning anno. They get it super polished and bright before they do it. That one's like a mirror finish almost. They do a good job about matching the sides too. They heat it up pretty evenly, both sides. This is a night mooring design, and I don't remember. I don't remember the model number of this one either. Huh. That's probably not good. We probably shouldn't try to figure out what these are. We're going to talk about them. So this one is a TS193. So this one's the TS193. And this one is the looks like it's the TS43. TS43. Nope, some of these TwoSuns I've had so long I don't remember. Keep it scale stupid. But I believe that is the TS43, but we will make sure so I don't steer somebody wrong. TwoSun TS43. I believe that is it. Yes, that is it. That is the D2 version and not the M390 version. But that is definitely it. So TS43. See what we got next here. They do a really good job of their gold anno too. Man, that mirror polish, you can see the camera up there. I'm telling you, man, they really take pride in their anno finishes. This one has definitely a different kind of blade, and it reminds me of the Two-Face actually, which is kind of weird, but got that same kind of double grind, except this one does have the hollow here and the flat here. Like I said, I would prefer, if you're gonna put a double grind like that, don't make them both the same. This one has flat both places. I would prefer it had a hollow in one of them. This one does though. And this is the TS 450. Cool clip on it. TS 450. Then we have the one I said I thought I had earlier. This one does have holes in it. Those speed holes. Got a lot of milling too. It's got that nice fuller. Pretty wild looking blade shape. Very comfortable. This is the TS 194 in M390. But I just don't know where you can get a knife, this knife in M390 for like 70 to 80 bucks on auction. I just don't think it's possible. I think I paid around 80 bucks for that one. Like, it's just a great deal. Then you have one of the first ones I bought of the nicer ones in M390. Their Lightning Anno is really top notch. I compare it, I mean, other things I compare to it. This is the TS 308 in M390. And this was one of those cases where I didn't realize how small the knife was in the picture. But when I got it, I was glad the handle was at least long enough for 4 fingers. But this is a kind of a smaller knife. Again, that is the TS 308. As you can see, it is on the smaller side. Then we have another one of their button locks in the gold. This one has a pretty wild pattern on it. Looks like clouds almost. Green light on the cameras up there though. Pretty cool. This one also has a great hollow grind on it. Very nice hollow grind on it. Nice belt satin. And this one is the TS 210 in M390. Kind of a funky shape on it. It does fit the hand good though. At least it fits my hands good. It probably wouldn't fit smaller hands as good. And this one has a lot better button lock action than that other one I showed. As far as size goes, they're probably pretty close. Yeah, they're real close. That button is sticking at the moment. It wasn't when I put it up. Jimping feels good on that one. Button works really good on that one. Then we have one of their weird shaped ones. Yeah, Christopher, we're getting there in just a minute. That is one of their greatest ones. I agree. Sever 7 sent me one for free, I think. This is the TS 440. And this one is a weird shaped blade, leaf shape, that I wouldn't normally get. But I think I got it for like 50 bucks. Yeah, 50 bucks. So, you know, when you can get a nice TwoSun with nice anno for 50 bucks. But this is it's not a double edge, so you can put pressure back here. And it is big enough to use that forward choil and really get some work done. Action on it, not the greatest, but then you have one with crazy milling and a nice high voltage green anno. And this is the TS well, it's not the 822, it is the, I want to say it's like the 177 or something, but I cannot remember what it is either. So it is the, yeah, 177. I was right. I did remember that one. Yes, 177. I don't know what that 822 number is on, or B20. What does that say? I guess it says 822, but that's not the, it is a 177. And that's a cool knife. That green high voltage color is harder to get. This is another one of their nice milled knives with an awesome lightning anno. It is the TS 298 Rye Designs. Reverse Tonto. Actually, no. It's not a reverse Tonto. I'm lying to you. It's kind of funny. Huh. I like that though. That is the TS 298 and M390. Another one I got for like 80 or 90 bucks. Perfect action on it as well. Let's see, we're gonna have to speed up a little bit. This is one that I wish was titanium on both sides, because I love the look of this knife with the keyhole, and I love the milling on this side, and I wish it wasn't carbon fiber on this side. But this one, again, I don't remember the number of it. Whoa, it's got a, oh, it just had some schmoo on it. I was like, is that a rust spot? But this one is a great front flipper. And the carbon fiber makes it lighter than it would be. So I probably don't mind the carbon fiber on this one. This is a really cool knife. But let me see if I can, anybody right offhand? Is that the 129, John? I believe you, sir. Yep, definitely the 129. Another night mooring design. Yeah, that's a cool knife. Jimping feels good on this one too. All right, I think that about finishes that row. And then the last one on this first row of my case here is a big boy. This one came lightning anode, and it got stripped and the clip and the back spacer got left lightning as the lightning anno. But this is the Keanu TS390, and I guess it's limited run number 375. That's probably what that number was on that other one. But this one's in D2 blade steel. It's one of those crazy giant blade shapes. I imagine Ed is posting pictures of all his TwoSuns in the Discord as we speak. Then we have one I do not like. And I don't like it because of the two different materials and the two different colors at either end. It's not because I don't like the blade shape. But this is the TS36. And it's just weird looking. Y'all know me with my two different patterns and two different colors. We're going to try to go through some of these quicker. TS36. We got the one 144 in D2. Mr. Christopher mentioned. And this one is awesome. He's right. This one's got that compound grind. Perfect ramp. Thumb ramp. Awesome milling. And some of the best action of any ones I've got. Perfect for reverse flick. Makes a good noise. That's the TS144. Then we have one of their big heavy ones. Front flipper. This one's got a cool... This is by Utilizator. TS483. It's kind of got that GTC look. Is that right? GT, yeah. That's what I meant. You can open this one from that little notch, but it's not as easy as it looks. They should have made the notch a little deeper, but the front flipper works super easy on this one. Once again, if you like that one, that is the TS483. Then we got one of my personal favorites also. And that is the TS430. It's a Styles design. N690 blade steel. So that's a different blade steel. I love the milling on it. I love the feel of the jimping. Feels great. I like the milling. The texture on it feels good. I like the clip. It's got an extra long clip. It's got great action. That blade hole is perfect. And it fits perfect in the little cutout there. So I like that one a lot. Then we have one that reminds me of one of my... Yeah, that looks like a gauge. This looks like a hipster with a plug in his ear. Looks like he had to work up to this size lanyard hole. See you later, TC. Yeah, he had to start off with a little lanyard hole, and then he had to work up to this one. This one reminds me of one of my integrals. It reminds me of the TS140 Bowman. But it's a kind of a funky knife, and I don't remember what it is either. Got a weird blade shape. Too many curves going on there. And that is the TS 279, maybe? Yeah, 279. probably be good at, like, utility wise. Thank you, Mr. John. Do you have a bunch of these, Mr. John? Is that how you know all the numbers? And this is the one I asked Ed about the number of the other day, because that's what I thought he, what is going on with it? Well, oh, is that on the blade, or is that a hourglass? I tried to scratch off that marking because I thought it was the Jerry Jelly design, TS220 M390. Yeah, that's the 220. I believe I asked Ed about that one last week because it reminded me of the Satori. That is the 220. Then this is another one that I like. This is another Rye Designs. Pretty wild. It's the TS 367. This one has a lot of curves going on, and it's not one of my absolute favorites. But yeah, it's definitely wild. Yeah, that one's wild. Then next to it, we have another carbon fiber version of a big boy. And this one is a little more tame, and the ramp on it is perfect, and that blade shape is perfect. No recurve. Great blade. That is the TS 191 in M390. Then we have a couple of little boys. I've got the Lightning Anode version of this one. This is a little front flipper. This is the TS 349. So I've got that one. And then I've got the micarta version. This one is TS 349 in D2. So I got the micarta D2 one, and then I have the M390 Lightning Anode Titanium one. So those two are two of the littler ones. Then I have another one that I really do like, and this is crossbar lock. Good morning, Robin. And this is just a good knifey looking knife. It does have good lockup, but it's got that thing with the scales that I was talking about. That why are you going to put that giant of a sharpening choil in a knife and not round out the scales to where you could use it as a forward choil? I don't know why they do that, when design wise all they have to do is cut out the corner of that, round that out, and you'd have a nice forward choil. But this one has super solid lockup and great crossbar action. The springs are really tight on this thing. Clips good on it. Oh, I didn't give the number to that one. That is the TS433 and K110. That'd be a good workhorse. It's got the titanium bolsters. It's a cool knife for not being all titanium. Then I've got a big one that my sister gave me with a giant blade cutout, fuller kind of deal. TS425 and K110, another Rye Designs. This one is a beast. It is pretty big, pretty big. Asher dropped a few 1-ups. All right, let's go check that out real quick. Thank you, Pete. Let's see here. Random models and variations. It looks like they're all sold out, Pete. So they're already sold out. Oh well. Nice try, Pete. Let's go back to the main page, and I still got to get one of those Warren EDC versions. I took all my Ashers to work with me last night in a bag to shoot videos of them all, and I didn't get to it, so I'm going to be I left them in my car. So I'll be shooting shorts of all those tonight. How much is the... Oh, they're both sold out. Oh, the aluminum ones are still available. Just $100 for the aluminum version? Huh. Yeah, I'll have to wait till I find a titanium one. Alright, here's another big one in my Carta. And this one has a crazy... I think my sister gave me this one too. This is the Jerry Jelly design. And I don't know the name of that one either. $85 for an integral? Who makes it? Keep it scale stupid. Sentinel? This is the TS227. TS227. I can kind of see why my sister gave me that one. Kind of wild. And this is one I like of theirs. I don't mind when they put their billboarding on there. That just shows pride. I don't mind. There's a couple I have. Like this one has the TwoSun. Both of these have the TwoSun written in little circles. And I don't mind that. Some people do. I also don't mind the fact that they put the city they're from on their pivots. Some of their pivots. They put Knife City in there. But this one has really nice micro milling. They just kind of showed off their milling when they made this one. It's kind of an older model. It's got a cool blade shape. Another night mooring design. M3 TS383 and M390. Yeah, some of their micarta is wild, John. You're right. Then I have another crazy button lock that they have. I got this one to do a cool anode job too, and just never did it. Keanu seems to make some weird knives. He made this one as well. So, I don't know. He's just got a different kind of style. Robin, out of all these that I've gotten out of the box today, it's out of the box, it's had the worst action. It's sticking. But it hasn't done that in the past, and I wouldn't blame the knife. I'd probably blame me. I haven't used it. Lockup is good and solid, and the button works fine. I think it just needs a little bit of oil, but it's kind of sticking at the moment. I think it's dried up, and I could probably put a little bit of oil where it contacts the blade. And it's a good knife. It's a good size. Yeah, this one is I don't know, man. I don't know. I was gonna do some kind of 2-color ano on this, make the flats one color and the grooves another one, but all right, I'm gonna have to clean up real quick. Y'all give me just half a second, because we got about that many more left. And I kind of had them in an order where all the pretty ones were up front here. So give me just a second to get the rest of these put back up. Whoops, we missed one. I was wondering what was going on with that slot. So this is one of the newer ones. That was the 177, Robin. And this is a little Wong, is it Wong design? Yeah, Wong design. TS 439 and M390. This is another one that's a weird, nice milling. I don't know what I did there. I might have got a splash of wink on it or something, but I'll probably have to wink this one and start over on it. That's a little weird one. All right. 144. Yeah, those are all good right there. Oh, we missed another one. I missed my little. This is one of Keep It Scale Stupid's TwoSuns. This is one of their little double detent ones. And I forgot the number of it too, but it's pretty fun. It snaps closed pretty good. Double detent knives are pretty fun. Do you remember the number of this one? I don't. All right, carbon fiber. 2 little ones. Another Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Yeah, some of their micarta is ugly as heck. All right. Then we have the TS88 that I was talking about earlier. And this one has no screws in it. It has a mortise and tenon construction, which is pretty cool. So to take this one apart, you slide this pin right here. Actually, you take the backspacer out first. So you stick something in there to pull the backspacer out. Then you slide this little pin, and that removes the clip. And then you slide this little part out from under the pivot, and it wedges in there. And so it has totally no screws construction. Pretty wild how it all fits together. I should do a video about that, but you basically just take something to stick in the backspacer here, and you pry it out, and it pops out first. Oh, you have to open the blade, sorry. So the backspacer pops out first. Then you take it and you slide this little pin back, just like that. And the clip falls out and that back is open. Then you take and you slide this out from under the pivot, and the pivot comes out, and then you can totally disassemble the knife. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So to get it back together, you go like that. So people that say their TwoSun is not innovative have not owned any TwoSun knives, because they've got pretty much any kind of style knife you could want. I'll probably put this thing in upside down, knowing my luck. And they make a little, this one comes with a little tool that I actually have no idea where it is. But you don't have to have it. There we go. So that slid back in place. And then this just clamps back down on it. Like so. And that holds that pin in place. But I'm not going to take the pivot out, but you can see how it worked. That's a cool knife though. TS-88. Then we have another one that I absolutely love, and that is the TS-576. This one we got from White Mountain Knives in K110, and this is a absolute beater. Like, you can abuse this knife. It's got perfect action. It's made by that Panarin Designs guy that came in the channel one day and thanked me for showing this knife. But that's an awesome one too, and it's very inexpensive. This is my Tennessee Titans colored. I say that every time, but there's lots of teams that color actually. But this is the TS-429 in their proprietary blade steel that they were talking about earlier, that YJ01-V1. This is a Rye Designs. This one has a little vertical blade play, which microscopic, which I don't like. It's actually got more than microscopic. Action is great on this thing, but that little bit of blade play drives me nuts. This is another one with a crazy blade, an M390, and I don't remember what it is. We will have to try to figure out what that is. That is the TS-300. An M390. Crazy hollow grind, compound grind. TS-300. John's got it too, I guess. Then we have another one with a recurve and another wild compound grind. TS-17 and M390. That one looks like a gladiator's knife to me. That one has great action. TS-17. Then we have a little guy. Super cool. It reminds me of my little Damn Design gin. And of course, first time I tried to open it, it wouldn't go. But that is an awesome little 5th pocket knife. And that is M390. It's got some shmoo on it. Some ashes or something. That is a Wong design. Cool milling on that. M390 blade steel. Let's see, what's the model number on that one? Yeah, if y'all don't mind if you like seeing all these weird TwoSuns, smash that like button for me. I know, Edge, you can't hit it more than once. So that is the TS-199. Yeah, TS-199. And it's a little boy. But like I said, it's a great little 5th pocket knife. TS-199. Yeah, John, you got to get you one of those. Morning, folks. Then we have another one that my sister gave me. This one is kind of weird shaped, but got a cool blade shape. And it is in M390 as well. And I don't remember what its number is. But it shouldn't be too hard to find because of its weirdness. That is the TS-134. It's a tepe design. So was that green one that you asked about. Tepe design. TS-134. Then this is another one my sister gave me. She did the ano on this knife as well. It's got a cool blurple. Yep, got a cool blade on it too. See you later on, Crow. This is a night mooring design, 14C28N. And I don't remember what model that is either. And that one will be harder to find because of the ano job she did on it. But hopefully the holes will give it away. Yes. TS-240. That is another night mooring design. As you can see by the logo up there. She did a good job on that ano though. Yep. TS-240, and that one has perfect action. Then we have one of my favorite titanium, and I don't know if that's micarta or G10. I guess it's micarta. Yeah, it's micarta. But this is one of the best micarta ones. Morning, Mitchell. But this one is titanium milling on this side. Another night mooring design. And it's micarta on this side, but the texture on this thing is great. And the blade shape on it's pretty cool too. My sister gave me this one as well. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, she gave me quite a few TwoSuns. I should give her some knives, huh? And she didn't buy these knives for me. She had them and gave them to me, which is even cooler to me. And I don't think I'll ever find... Okay, it is G10. It's not my card. I knew I'd be wrong if I said one of the two. But I think... Yeah. This is the TS76. And that is G10. TS76. TS76. We've only got a few more left here. This is my biggest TwoSun. This is another one that I wish was all titanium. Just like that one I showed earlier. But this one is a giant. And it's got an awesome blade. And it is the TS 448, and it is in their proprietary steel. And you can see how big it is, because y'all know I've got big hands. And this is one of those knives where if I put it in my hand, I doubt anybody is going to get it out of my hand, which I hope is the way with most any knife I have. But this one is especially... She has a TS100 for sale at the moment, which is that integral that I will show y'all here momentarily. And it's one of the hardest ones to find. And she's asking about what I paid. Well, she's asking a reasonable price. Dwayne, good morning, sir. And then that is the end of those TwoSuns. We get into 6 leafs at this end of the... Wait, hold on. I got this one that we bought not long ago. The one that has those weird internal screws. And the one that looks like a... That's the TS 567. This thing weighs a ton. TS 567. Oh yeah, and then we have another cool milled one here. This one has some really nice milling, super cool pattern. Even the carbon fiber is milled. Super cool blade shape. This is a Wong design, M390. I don't remember what that one is either. Good morning, Mr. Whalen. Some of you new guys that hopped in, today is the giveaway, and all you have to do to enter the giveaway is to comment on this video. And I don't mean commenting in the live, I mean going back afterwards and actually putting a comment on the video. I believe this is the TS81. TS81. Yep. TS81. Super cool long knife. This one, Sever 7 should like this knife because of his long and thin likes. And the milling on this thing. That's super cool. Then we got one of the new ones I bought on eBay. An M390. With the circle pattern. They have a square version of this knife as well. And that is, I don't remember the number of it either, of course, but shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Yeah, that is the TS72. Yep, TS72 with the circle. TS72 circle. That one has great action as well. Then we have this one, which is got the Pivot City name I was talking about, and I don't mind that. This one is a cool front flipper. I actually don't mind the carbon fiber on this one. And this is a TS 457 in M390. This is the only one I don't mind the carbon fiber on for some reason. With the half carbon fiber, half titanium. And that's a cool front flipper. Then we have a few that don't count. This is a 6-leaf by Night Mooring. But might as well show them. They're in here. And they're close enough. This is another 6-leaf. Whoops. That one has a mark on it. Let me wipe that off. This is the SL33 Rye Designs button lock. Then this is another 6-leaf that I like a lot. This is the SL29 in 20 CV blade steel. This one is crazy wild looking. And then last but not least, a cool little 6-leaf front flipper. Which is the SL19 in 20 CV blade steel. Probably made in the exact same factory. So that's why they are in this box with the TwoSuns. But let me pull those 4 out because I've got 5 more TwoSuns that are in a different place. They don't live with the other TwoSuns because they are special. They live over here. So I will make a spot in the middle for them. So, first of all, we have wow, that one looks sorry. I've got to figure out which one I want to show first out of these. Guess I will start with the TS 140 Bowman, which is one that's harder to find, and it is an integral. That's why they are in a different location. This is the TS 140, and I don't know if y'all can see, but somebody has put a mirror edge on that blade, boy. It is super sharp. But this one is TwoSun TS 140. Kind of blade steel we talking about there. Can't even see that. Can y'all see what that says? Huh. That is the Bowman TS 140. Y'all can see what that blade steel said. Let me know. Then we've got the TS 195 in M390, which is also an integral. Super cool knife. Then we have another TS 195 special edition with the different milling pattern with DLC coating on the blade and everywhere else. So this one is fully DLC'd. Someone sent this off to get it done. And that one is an integral TS 195 with great action on it as well. Then we have this one. Hello there, Mr. Michael. And this one is the it's M390, and I cannot remember the number on this one, but it is an integral, and you can see that a lot of the back on it is cut out. I think it's a lower number, like a 80, TS80 maybe. I cannot remember the number on this one. I got this one off of Arizona Custom Knives. That is my fourth TwoSun integral. And then last but not least, I have my TS100, which my sister has one of these for sale. And it is an integral with TwoSun written down the back of it. This is like them showing off their milling capabilities, because it has a lot of intricate milling, their name, super cool knife, and buttery smooth action. So those are my 5 TwoSun integrals. Like I said, if anybody is interested in one of those TS100s, this one, they're really hard to find. My sister has one for sale. They go for quite a bit. They go for $200 on Knife Swap. I'm sure she would do a little better than that. But just to let you know, Fuchs, you came in kind of late. Are you sure? I'd already loaded up the screen once by the time you came in. So I'm not sure. He said for the best TwoSuns you'll ever see. Okay, Mr. Ed, I will go look at that in a moment. I wanted to do one more thing before we actually left this exact. Oh, I forgot one. That is this 6-leaf, the SL08, the big giant boy. What numbers are they, Fuchs? And I'll tell you. So right now I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 26, 39, 40, 43. I've got 48 TwoSuns at the moment. And 49 if I find my saber tooth. So while we're here and I have this bag, I'm going to show something here. I am missing one though. Oh no, I'm not. It's right here. Let me get it out. All right. So these are the rest of my integrals. This is the Monterey Bay Knives Extra Large Carry XLC Ray Laconico. Then we have the Mercenary, or Mercenary Knives Integral. And this is the MK13 rattlesnake designs. Crazy looking little knife. Looks like it's about to take flight or something. Looks like a jet plane. That is the MK13. Then we have my Liang Ma, not Ling, Liang Ma. This is the L1 or the Lanny one. Very nice solid back on it. I love my integrals. That is the L1. This is the KB Knives Eclipse with a super solid back on it. Another great knife. Another Panarin Designs. Super cool knife. Got that one. Then we have my Dan Carrera 904 with his signature on the back. Dan Carrera. Nice solid back on it as well. Super cool harpoon blade. Love this knife. Does have a slight recurve. I've thought about straightening it out many times, but just haven't. And it drops shut. Then I have I can't ever remember the name of this knife. It's the one I got from Joseph Vero, and it is the, dang it, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, 117. I think I've got, didn't I show a 77 and an 80? I'll have to check those. I don't remember exactly, folks. This is a Evolve BRS Blade Runner Systems Evolve Eon? Is that the name of this knife? Yeah, I got it right. BRS Evolve Eon. And it's got a cool, wow, it about cut me. Got a super cool integral back with some little arrows on it. Very slicey, pointy, makes me want to stab stuff blade. Well, that is that one. Then we have my Wee Solid, which is an awesome GTC design. Shadow sucks. Wee Solid. Super cool design on it. Let's see. Then I've got my Microtech NX. Morning, Tommy. Got my Microtech NX. I like the back of it. And this one actually disappoints me because it has better action than my clone. And my clone has great action, but this one just has better action. So then I've got a clone of the custom one. This is a little different. They're both different. This one has the single piece frame lock. This one has the double piece. But this is the Green Thorn NX. It is off the Marfione Customs version instead of the Microtech version. Then we have the clone of the Scott Cook Loxa, which is one of my favorite integrals. It has a super solid back, except for a lanyard hole in the back. Super clean knife. Perfect action on it too. Then we have my one of my newer ones, and that is an Evil Eyes SNG with crystallized titanium, integral. This one is super cool too. Then I've got my clone of the Benchmade Anthem that I bought a new clip for. Love this thing. This is one of my favorite back pocket knives that I own. Has some of the most buttery action and lockup of any knife I've got. And then last but not least, as far as integrals go, is one I cannot get the clip off. Oh, wait, we got not the last one. So the first of the non-titanium ones is my Heretic purple and black Wraith Auto. I don't think the Flissa is an integral, but we will look at that in a minute. But this is a auto integral. It's not really an integral because it has a bolster up here. So I count it as one. It kind of is, kind of isn't. Thank you, Michael. That is that one. It's sitting right here. I did a lot more rounding off to it last night, and it's getting very, very comfortable and smooth looking. We're going to put the blade grind on it this Thursday, and maybe the lanyard hole also. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. But yeah, it's looking like a knife and feeling like a knife. It's super comfortable. Rounded off really nice. And I like my transition down to the blade. I've got it like kind of contoured down to the blade. So yeah, thank you, Michael. And then I have two more that are not titanium. And that is the WE Olitans. This is a WE Knives integral, as you see. That I got a super good deal on, so I grabbed it. And it is not titanium, but it's a super cool little knife nonetheless. Yeah, I want a couple of Lion Steel integrals, folks. So that is one of the G10 ones I've got. And then the other G10 one I've got is the Kaiser Brat. And I love this knife. It is a lot better size than I thought. It's got super good lockup. It is an integral G10. Love the texturing on the back. Feels really good in the hand. But this one is super cool. I got it for $40, so I couldn't pass it up. But it's a lot bigger, and I think everybody would love this knife. Like, this is a great, just everyday carry that you could beat up, not hurt. Yeah, so the brat is an integral made out of G10. The way it works is it has two little liner pieces that attach on the inside here by these screws on either side. And that's how you slide the whole front mechanism out. But other than that, it is an integral. So pick yourself up a Kaiser Brat if you run across it. All right. Got a few things to look at here at the end of the video. We got 15 minutes. First, we're going to look at Mr. Ed, because he said he posted some of the best TwoSuns ever. And that would be in knife picks. By the way, Lou posted his nice AWT scales. And I guess that's a Sage, maybe? Not sure. TC posted his new knife day pick. Sever7 posted, what did you say you posted? Oh, a new knife that's coming out. That thing's tiny. Karambit. Yeah, that one has nice action. There's a Riot. Super cool. And back to the one. And then Ed posted a couple of TwoSuns. Did he say what model? No. And a TwoSun paperclip. Crocodile, Rye Designs. Fingernail clippers. I said and then a TwoSun kitchen knife. I almost bought one of those. And I guess that's it. Now, the other thing we had to look at was Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid said he found a Flissa integral for 24 bucks, and I think he might be mistaken, but we will check it out. He might be right too. I'm guessing it's on Amazon, because that's where most Flissa knives are. Can you copy and paste the link into the chat, Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid? The little clip was actually fingernail clippers, Pete. I do believe they look like they had a fingernail clipper cutters on them after I looked at them closer. Yeah, they look like fingernail clippers. See how they got the little fingernail clippers? Yeah, they were actually not a clip. They're fingernail. If you say so, Mr. Ed. Keep It Scale Stupid. Where's the link to this Flissa for $24? I'm betting this is the one you thought was an integral. but it's not. You can see a screw back there. And you're probably looking for purple knives, so I'm pretty much guaranteeing that's the Flissa. Oh, you're totally right, folks. I do not have any of those. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Fuchs. So yeah, I don't have any of those. Super cool, super cool. I have not even seen those. That one in the middle, man, that V at the top, it's kind of wild. Guessing that's the 77, maybe? Huh. Thank you for sharing that, sir. Keep it scale stupid. Is that the one you were looking at? Not an integral. It's got a screw. It's got a backspacer. Not integral. Main way to be able to tell is if it has a screw going through the body holding it together, and if it has a backspacer that's a separate piece. But I'm pretty sure. See how that one has a separate piece that goes in the back there? It can't be an integral unless it's milled out of one piece. You can't say it's got coatings on the outside because that's not an integral. If, and it wouldn't work if you took the sides off of it. But still a cool knife for 20. I've got a couple of Flissas and they're not bad. Uh, yeah, it's saying one piece molded steel shell with a G10 handle. So it is one piece steel in the middle instead of two pieces, but it still has a G10 handle. Yeah, it doesn't say one piece altogether. It just says one piece steel shell. Kind of like the Bushman. The cold steel, is it Bushman? No, it's the Bush something. Bushcraft? Bushcraft. Yeah, the Bushcraft. Maybe, no. I've got it. I just can't think what this one. The Pocket Bushman. So it's basically the same as it's rolled over like a taco, like the Pocket Bushman, where it's one piece steel with G10 on the outside. You can't see the back of that one, but that one's rolled over like a taco too. The Pocket Bushman. Weird knife. Yeah, it's a taco, like I just said, Ed. uh, the word integral means one piece. Uh, that's why I said I wouldn't even consider the one on the table an integral, even though it's pretty close. This one would not be an integral either, because even though it is just one piece, even all the way on this side, it's actually one piece all the way down, but it still has this other piece with screws in it that's attached, this titanium bolster up here. So I wouldn't even consider this one a real integral, but it's pretty close because that is all milled out of one piece. And this one I wouldn't really consider a real integral because this lock bar is attached. So the whole rest of it is one piece of titanium, but the lock bar is attached. Whereas this one is all one piece of titanium with the lock bar milled in. So that one would be. And I guess the ones with inlays, I mean, I don't know, because you could take those out and the knife would still function the same, and it's all one piece of titanium. And the inlays aren't really, they're not function like those ones on the other one. The pivot was attached to those inlays where the thickness of it, you couldn't use them without them. But I guess those two with inlays are borderline too. But all the rest of them are full integrals. But like I said, this one has a piece that's screwed on, so I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, that pocket Bushman is weird. I've got one. A weird lock for sure. Alright guys, so episode 250. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is go back later on today, sometime after this video is over, and comment on the video, and I will go pick from the names who left a comment. I don't think it will let you comment right now. We can go check that. So if you go to my YouTube page right now, and you go to the live video here, yes, it will not let you comment yet down here below the video. It will let you comment over here. Oh, thank you, Mitchell. So as you can see, you can comment on the live, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about commenting down below here. And just to give you an example, we go to yesterday's live video, and I pause it. You are able to comment. Yo. So, you need to comment on the actual video, not on the live chat replay. So, I just entered if it was yesterday's video, but it's today's video. So once I hit end stream, if y'all are still here, just go back, leave a comment, and you will be entered to win. So yeah, hope y'all have a great Tuesday. I am off finally tomorrow, which I am super excited about. I am getting back into the laser. In fact, I'm going to dig hard into the laser. And I got these in, which are the Zippos that I got to laser engrave. So I got 10 of them. And I hope that I can get them down. I don't know. I think I got 5 black ones and 5 silver ones. And these are those cheap chrome Zippo clones from China. They have no labeling, so I'm going to be able to laser all 6 sides of this. So we're going to get back into the laser now that I'm off 1 day a week. And I'm going to try to laser these with something cool for the channel. But I've got black ones too that will show laser cool. So I've got some black ones and some chrome ones. Ed, what are you talking about, Taco TwoSuns? I don't want you to cry, buddy. What are we looking at? Oh, it's a rolled. There we go. Yeah, you showed that one not long ago. I actually like that one. So we'll end it with Tuesday Taco TwoSun. Taco Tuesday TwoSun. Taco Tuesday, Taco TwoSun Tuesday. All right, Waylon, you want a black one? All right, I'm gonna try to figure something cool to put on them. Yeah, it is what it is. They were a lot less inexpensive than real Zippos, but they look like real Zippos. They just don't say Zippo on the bottom. And actually, I should have shown you the TwoSun Taco Tuesday. I should have shown you. I should have pulled it out and shown you the whole thing. So chrome. Then they have the lighters, and they say keep away from children after filling. Wipe lighter and hands before igniting. Linkter. Does that say snot? What is? Oh no, it says. I don't know what that says. What in the world? DO2 something. LFX English. You close lid to put out. Yeah, I'm gonna put my logo. But anyway, they feel the same. You lift it to fill them. They got the little flint thing. Do snot. What the heck? I think it says lighter does not self-extinguish. Lighter does not self-extinguish. Close lid to put out. Lighter does not self-extinguish. Close lid to put out. All right. So my lighter's put out. That's all I picked up from this. Good grief. Gotta love Chinese quality. But they'll work good and they'll look good with laser engraved, and they were cheaper than $20 a piece for blank Zippos. I think I paid $30 for all 10. I think I got them all for like $3 a piece. Oh. Yeah, the Sentinel Strike is the same. He said that above. I think Fuchs answered that. He said for the same reason. It's not an integral because, but Civivi Sentinel Strike. Yeah, so it's a fake integral like my Wii Excite-On. So it's got this cover that goes over the back. It's just like the Wii Excite-On. In fact, so my Wii Knives Excite-On that I've shown before is the same exact way. I've got the titanium version, full titanium version. Can't find it. Well, dang it. Gray titanium. Anyway, it's got the same little cover that goes over the back. It's not a true integral. Basically the same knife, but the Wii version. Button lock. It looks, and if you look at it from the back, you would see that. I could show it to you. I've shown it. I showed it a few weeks ago on stream. Anyway, guys, hope y'all have a great one. Don't forget to comment.